Welcome to the NBA Pub Hub, Pub Sports Radio. It's a brand new week, Monday, December 13th. Ian Cameron, Skee Profit, Dutch Boy Fresh, Trot Wham, ready for another week of NBA action. Let's get right into it. We got 9 games, no time to waste. Miami Heat, Cleveland Cavaliers. Cleveland 5.5 point home favorites, 208.5 the total in this game. Of course, for the Miami Heat, we talk about the lineup that's just not been able to get everybody on the floor at once for a long period of time now. However, we'll see how they fare here tonight against the red-hot Cleveland Cavaliers. But once again, you're dealing with no Jimmy Butler. Once again, you're dealing with no Bam Adebayo for Miami. So pretty much status quo. That being said, last 2 games, you got to give Miami a ton of credit, winning both of them against very good teams, the Bucks and the Bulls, despite their short-handed nature the last couple of games. Cleveland, you know how we feel about this team. We've been just singing their praises, pumping their tires, you name it, whatever phrase you want to use. That's what we've been doing with this Cleveland team. Just a remarkable run of point spread success, even straight up success. The only 2 losses during this, 3 losses were Utah, Milwaukee, and Phoenix, 3 terrific teams. So they're winning all the other games they should be. They beat down Minnesota. We all like Cleveland there. They beat down Sacramento the next night, 117-103. So this Cleveland team just continues to roll along here. I'm on Cleveland again. And, this line before the season would have been ludicrous, right? 5.5 with Cleveland here. And maybe tonight with this Miami team rising up the last few couple of games, despite no Butler and Bam, they've definitely found ways to win without those 2 guys the last couple. And now you're laying points with Cleveland against still a pretty solid Miami team, albeit shorthanded. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. They just keep padding the wallet. We're going to ride them again tonight. Cleveland -5 for me. Skee, what do you think here? Heat, Cavs.
Yeah, Cavs have been balling. So obviously all my last 5 game stats are going to favor them. With the Heat, I always just say no Jimmy Butler. I don't want to be involved over there. So that's kind of how I feel, even though, I'm looking at the Heat right now. They're 6-1 as a road dog this year. That's pretty impressive. And they're the more rested team out of both of these teams. So I think if I like Cleveland, which, you have to the way that they've been playing, I'll probably take them early. Probably take them first half or first quarter and get in and get out.
Yeah, it shows you what Cleveland's done, how much they've, outperformed expectations. Of course, Miami, given their injury situation, but still, it's pretty amazing that if you would have looked back at the beginning of the season and said Cleveland would be a 5-point favorite against Miami, you would have done a double take. You said, what the hell's going on here? But now you see the way Cleveland's playing, and hey, they've earned what they've gotten here. Dutch, what do you think here?
Yeah, man. Real quick, salute to the ladies, gents, and DJs for tuning in. You already know it's all love. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button like I just hit that plain and garlic cookies. Get you right where you need to be, man. I believe it. Believe it. Yeah, muchly appreciated. Share the motherfucking video if you can as well. Big shout out to Big Zoe, Luke Murphy, Ness Betts, everybody in the chat. Much love. Yeah, man. This game, I like the Cavs. I mean, I figured, Skee seemed a little back and forth. I figured he learned his lesson when he went against the Cavs and the motherfucking Sacramento Kings over the weekend. But yeah, back to reality. What I was thinking is exactly what Ian's thinking, man. This, the only thing that scares me a little bit was December 1st, they went into Cleveland and whooped that ass by 26 points. They shot 50% from the field and from 3. They being the Cavaliers, of course, over 50% from the field and 3 that game. Won it by 26. They were plus 18 in the rebounds. 20. They did have 20 turnovers also in that game and still, won by double digits. Now I go back to this game because these will be the exact same rosters tonight. They had no Jimmy, no Bam. And what Skee was trying to say is no Jimmy, no bueno. Also no Bam Bam Bigelow, no fucking thank you. They have stepped it up like Skee said, back to back, or excuse me, like Ian was touching on in the back-to-back games there at home. Stepped up against Milwaukee, surprised me there, and took a little bit of money, to be honest with you. But in that game also, Miami had 40 fucking points off the bench as well. So I don't see that happening again in Cleveland. It's a clear Cleveland spot for me. 4-0 ATS last 4 is a favorite. Continue to ride them. 6-0 ATS at the house last 6. Easy Cavaliers, double-digit win.
Yeah, it feels like a good night, too, when you look at this Cleveland team in the absence of Bam, Jared Allen, Evan Mobley type of prop night maybe in the cards here for Cleveland. What do you think, Wham?
Yeah, I'm on the Cleveland as well. We can make it a trifecta here. I like them the first half. I also took right back to the well with Darius Garland double-double at plus 280. I think I seen it last there. I like this Cleveland team. Obviously, it's kind of like inevitable to just wrap your hearts in joy here. In the first half, they've been really good as well at the house. So I'm taking the first half here. They're holding opponents to the number 2 in least 3-point percentage at 31% over the last 5 games. And as far as opponents for Cleveland, I like Cleveland here, man. I just think that they're going to be able to hold it down in the first half without Caleb Martin, who was one of those key guys and beating the Bucks the other game, just pretty much heroic fashion. It's going to be tough for them to battle all these injuries here for Miami. So I do think they're going to battle here, but I don't think it's going to be something that they're going to cover or even it being even that much close here. I'd like Cleveland, hold down the paint, hold everything down here. So I like Cleveland here, man.
Yeah, man.
All right, we go to Golden State, Indiana. We got the Warriors, 3.5-point road favorites, 213.5 the total in this game. You look at Golden State off a loss to Philly, 102-93, and there's no way in hell I go against Golden State off a loss this year with what we've seen from them in spots like this. 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread off a loss. Most of those just blowout wins. For Golden State. Now, let's give Indiana some credit. They've won 3 in a row. They've bounced back a little bit, win over Washington, beat down the Knicks, beat Dallas on Friday night, 106-93. So 3 straight wins for the Pacers, playing a little bit better, but now they're welcoming in the Warriors, not feeling very happy after losing to the Sixers the other night. And look, Steph Curry going into tonight, chasing down the all-time 3-point makes record as well. So definitely something that's definitely going to have him revved up for this game tonight. It's very, very simple for me. We've seen Golden State time and time again. Off the 4 previous losses they've had, they've just been terrific the very next game. It's a short number, -3.5. I know Indiana's won 3 in a row, but have they faced anybody like Golden State during that stretch? Knicks up and down. Dallas is a pretender. They're a fake. They're a faker. The Dallas Mavericks. That's how I feel about them. So this is a step up for them tonight against a focused, pissed off Warriors team. Curry chasing down the record. I'm laying the 3.5 here. What do you like, Skee? Warriors, Pacers.
Yeah, Warriors have been pretty good off of a loss this year. I think every time they win by double digits at least. I think also there's some stats for maybe the Pacers. If you like them, take them early, like the first quarter. But how I look at this game, at first I was thinking Steph Curry might not play because, he's going to play again tomorrow. And I think the NBA just wants him to break it at Madison Square Garden because they can make more money off doing that. But since they're off of a loss, I think everybody's going to play, and I think you're going to see a good night from Steph Curry. He was off the previous night, so I have to lean with you, Ian. I lean Warriors minus, probably Steph, points, rebounds, assists over, and just hope for a good night from Steph.
Yeah, I mean, I think we mentioned it the last time Golden State was in this spot, which was when they played Phoenix not too long ago, and the results off a loss for them, where they're just not just winning these games off a loss. They're beating down teams, and their defense is shutting teams down as well. It's another thing. Their defense has been really good off a loss as well. This is why the total's been bet down. I don't hate that. I think the under is probably in play. I find when Golden State's really focused, really locked in, not only do they win and cover, but they don't really let the opposing team get comfortable shooting the ball. So maybe we see that again. Dutch, Warriors, Pacers.
Yeah, shout out to our guy THC, RZA, Curtis Berry, Ray Charles. I see you, my dude. Yeah, man. Everybody seems to think, it's gonna be Curry night tomorrow night, but Curry had an off night. He's a competitor, man. I don't really buy into that, to be honest with you. I don't really think, okay, Madison Square Garden, whatever, TNT, but come the fuck on, man. Draymond was very unhappy with that loss. His words, I believe, he haven't felt that way in some time after a loss. That'll carry through the locker room. I believe Draymond's pretty much the leader in that locker room, along with Steph having the worst game probably he's had all year. And it wasn't pretty at all. Everybody's seen it on ABC. Everybody watched it. Curry was getting his ass, pretty much handed to him by Thibault. But yeah, man, I like the Warriors here. I mean, the only thing I think you could really say here is the Knicks tomorrow, but like I said, I'm not gonna overthink it. I'm not gonna be concerned with it. The Warriors, everybody touched on it so far. Both you and Skee and E touched on how well they are off a loss. It's actually after the advent of margin of win, is 23 points per game after a loss, the 4 losses this year. So not only do they come out and win the game, they win it handily. They are 10-1 ATS last 11 after a loss. I love the Warriors here, to be quite honest with you. 3.5, 4. I locked it in at 4, went down to 3.5. I believe it went down to 3, and I was about to reload. But I said, let me hold on here for a minute. But there are some sharps that like the Pacers here, and let's give the Pacers credit. They have won 3 in a row. But the Warriors are 4-1 ATS last 5 in Indiana, and they're 6-1 against the Eastern Conference last 7 versus the numbers. So I really like the Warriors here. Town business.
Yeah, and I argue that, Indiana 3 wins in a row. Washington, an improving team, still a good team.
There's levels to
team,
this shit. My fault.
Exactly.
Yeah,
100%.
Yeah.
Exactly. New York up and down. Dallas is not a big deal in my mind in the Western Conference, in my opinion, compared to other teams. So this is the test. This is an elite that you're dealing with tonight if you're Indiana. What do you think, Wham?
Yeah, I think like you said, it's a just jump in class for this Pacers team. A lot of these guys on the trading block, maybe even auditioning for the Warriors in the trade speculation from the here on out. But I like Golden State as well. I took Golden State at -3. I definitely would endorse the -4 here. I just think that Steph is going to play, like my guy Skee said. They were contemplating on resting him, but he's going to play in this game. After a loss, they're going to be trying to beat down on an opponent before they go in here. I wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get the 3-point makes in this game, maybe even close to like 6, and they just hold it out to Madison Square Garden because it is a TNT game. So I could see that happening. Also, one thing to note if you're betting Steph props, when he's faced Malcolm Brogdon in the 6 games, he's averaging just about 20 points per game, shooting 29% from 3 with only 2.5 3-point makes. So, maybe you don't want to take the 3-point prop with Steph tonight because it seems like Malcolm Brogdon holds him to about 29% there. But yeah, I got Golden State in my pocket here. That's the way I'm going.
All right, we have Sacramento and Toronto. Raptors 4.5-point favorites, 222 the total in this game. Hey, Raptors finally starting to figure out, we can win at home the last few games. They've been a little bit better in the house for those people that were without seeing their team for the last couple of years. That banished Raptor team in Tampa the last couple of years. And Toronto's won 3 of the last 4. Milwaukee, Washington, and the New York Knicks in those 3 games. Lost to Oklahoma City during that stretch as well, but still 3 of the last 4 they've won. You look at it for the Raptors. Interesting quote from Nick Nurse talking about the importance of this game to end their homestand. They're going on the road after this, not I think just for 1 game, and then they are actually coming back home. But he talked about the schedule. Like if they win this game, they go 4-3 on the homestand. Look who the Raptors have coming up. He talked about this. He didn't say specifically Nick Nurse who they were playing, but he said, important game tonight because we got some tough games. And then I looked at their schedule. No shit, they're tough games. Brooklyn, Chicago, and Golden State coming up for Toronto after tonight. So, I think there's definitely some onus to get this done. I think the spot's in their favor. Their games have been really spaced out lately. December 2, December 5, December 8, December 10. They've been off 2 days. And you look at Sacramento, this is 3-4 and 4-6 for them in terms of games played. 3rd game in 4 nights. 4th game in 6 nights for them. It's the end of this road trip. Pitiful performance the last game against Cleveland, and they ended up losing against Charlotte before that. And in a coaching matchup of Nurse versus frickin' Gentry, who I'm going to favor in that. So I'm laying it here with Toronto. I think they put the hammer down. What do you think here, Skee, Kings and Raptors?
Really quick, I did forget to mention, and you brought it up and brought it to my attention on the last game, Ian. Just want to mention a couple stats. Warriors under 11, 3-1, their last 15, under the last 9 on the road. And maybe that under is a good look. In this game, I don't really want to lay with Toronto, but Sacramento, there's no way in hell I'm putting money on them right now. 1 game as a pick 'em, you can't make 2 free throws at the end of the game to win. The next game, you're just getting killed in a spot where you've had nothing but rest. Like, I don't know. Now it's their 3rd game in 4 nights, and Toronto's the rested side. I'd have to go towards, fade in Sacramento and just rolling with the Raptors in this one. And as far as the total, it's 2. 1 likes to play extremely fast and plays no defense. 1 plays slow and plays defense is what they do best. So I'll stay away from the total and I'll look towards Toronto.
Take Toronto front court players in the props too for this game. They're terrible defending inside the arc. Sacramento, one of the worst in the NBA. Siakam has really played well lately. There's someone to look at for the Raptors. Scotty Barnes, I'm sure Wham will bring him up. But yeah, you could always go with the rookie Scotty Barnes as well. Even the guy that's in the starting 5 spot right now for the Raptors, Chris Boucher, who he's capable of playing well, and he's going to have a matchup advantage. Soft interior for Sacramento. So Chris Boucher, bonjour, as the Raptors announcer always says when he makes a big play. Yes, absolutely. Chris Boucher definitely should have some success tonight. All right, Dutch, Sacramento, Toronto.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Don Mack, new guy in the chat. I see you. Long Ball Larry, another new name I ain't seen in the chat. Okay, yeah, man. But our guys Alfonso and THC RZA said it best. We're back with this motherfucker. Believe that. First one of the day, and it won't be the last.
Yeah, it won't be the last.
All right, Wham. How about you? You going in on Kings Raptors?
Yeah, I like this game. Honestly, the Kings lose to the Cavs, of course. Shot 25% from 3, 66% from the free throw line. Like my guy Skee said, they had a game in the grabs. Fucking Derek Fox missed the fucking free throws. Hurt my soul, bro, because I had the Kings that game. But yeah, man, I think they won the last game with Pascal. I'm sorry, the Raptors won the last game with Pascal and Scotty. Double-doubles for both of those guys. Right now, you're getting double-double with those props at plus money for both of those guys. Without Kem Birch, without Precious Achua, they're getting a lot of rebounds. Like my guy Ian did mention, they're going to be down there, down low. I don't really want to touch Scotty three-point makes, but I like the double-double here for Scotty here, and I do like the double-double for Pascal. I do agree that I think this is a Raptor spot here. I don't trust this Kings team at all, man. Like, they fucking terrible, bro. Over the last five games, they're allowing 117 points to opponents, and with the fastest pace, man. I mean, it's just disaster after disaster. If you allow this Raptors team to get hot and they're playing defense, they're going to blow you the fuck out. So that's what I expect in this game. So I do like the Raptors here, but I like the double-double for Pascal the most. That's probably the first. That'll be the official play if it is official play. I did bet it, but that'll be the official play in this game for me.
I certainly agree with that. Look on Pascal. Yeah, anything over points and rebounds, and certainly the double-double, no question. I think he's very capable of getting that here tonight against this Sacramento team. All right, Houston, Atlanta. We've got Atlanta 10-point home favorites, 227 the total. I could only take Houston with these points. I mean, Houston's been the undervalued commodity for weeks. Atlanta's been the overvalued commodity for weeks. They've suddenly looked human again on their home floor. They've lost 4 straight at home. We talked about how Atlanta was unbeatable at home last year, early part of this year. Well, now that's 0-4 straight up, 0-4 against the spread on their home floor. The Hawks against the Knicks, the Sixers, the Hornets, the Nets, pretty good teams. We will say that. This ain't that same type of team, Houston. But you look at what the Rockets have done. They had won 7 in a row against Chicago, Charlotte, 2 against OKC, Orlando, New Orleans, a shocking win against Brooklyn, although that was a bad spot for Brooklyn that night. And even the last 2 games, Milwaukee covered the number in defeat. Memphis covered the number in defeat. And they've been able to do this, too. Kevin Porter Jr. has been injured, and he's not going to play tonight. Once again for the Houston Rockets, Daniel House out. Jalen Green remains out for this team, and yet they just step up and cover numbers here. They're an ATM right now, almost as much as Cleveland is. Not quite to the Cleveland level yet, but we're getting there with this Houston team at this point in time. So, and even on the road, the last time out against Memphis, they were able to step up and cover that number. Now on the road, we'll see. At the road, they've been a little bit more hit or miss, and Atlanta is coming off a loss against Brooklyn. In theory, there should be focus here for the better team, Atlanta, but not laying this number against an undervalued Houston team. Rockets are pass for me in this one. LJ from H-Town, huge dono. Look at that. Thank you very much. We appreciate it there. LJ from H-Town, 1999 dono. Merry Christmas, Pub Sports Radio.
Yeah, man.
There it is, of course. I was waiting for it. Dono train to come out for that one.
Boy.
Yeah, LJ from H-Town, thank you very much a million times over. We appreciate that very much. Skee, what do you think here, Rockets and Hawks?
Rockets have been good. Their offense has been better. They put more shooters on the floor, stuff like that. But it's their 3rd game in 4 nights. It should be a good spot for the Hawks, but I mean, Hawks had, what is this? I think their second game in 7 days, something like that. But it was a quote by Trae Young a while ago where he was just talking about, the team don't really care about the regular season. They just want to get to the playoffs. And if you're playing like that, that's how they've looked the past few games. They get up by leads and they trick them off at the end. So I don't want to trust them off, or I don't want to trust them for a full 48 minutes. Maybe you cut it to just a half. But I do think the Hawks. It'll be Hawks for me now. The more I think about it, I tried to make a case for Houston this morning. I just can't do it with the rest disparity, the rest difference. So it'll be Hawks probably first half.
I like it, Joe, because you saw Heavy 08 $10 dono. That was the time constraints version of the dono train right there. There we go. Just put it on the corner of the screen there. Yeah, that's great stuff. Great little addition there with the corner of the screen dono train. But thank you, Heavy 08. We appreciate it. $10. Thank you very much, my friend. Wham, or actually Dutch. What do you think here, Houston, Atlanta?
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Heavy. Mark, Nick, everybody in the chat, muchly appreciated. Hey, real quick, hit the motherfucking like button, share the video real quick. Let's do that real quick, like, muchly appreciated. But yeah, this is another backwood, man. Backwood this motherfucker for me. Yeah, man.
That's right. You know what? This is not an automatic with Houston because, as Skee said, there's a huge rest advantage for Atlanta. It's like you're right, their third game in like the last 8 days. So, and for Houston, they've played a lot. Does it catch up with them? It's a tough game. What do you think, Wham?
Yeah, I like a lot what Skee said as far as this team and the Hawks. You definitely don't want to take them second half, man. For this year, the Hawks are ranked 26 in the league at net rating at -6.7 for the season. But over the last 5 games, they're ranked 27th in that same stat at -17.7. They've been saying it as well in the beat writers that their fourth quarter collapses has just been something that you kind of chuck it up as, we have a lot of guys that's missing. I think Bogdanovich is one of those clutch guys for them in the fourth quarter. Them not being able to hold it down in the fourth quarter has me thinking that the Rockets can figure it out. And Silas said, they were pretty fatigued in the last game against the Grizzlies where they allowed, the Grizzlies to go up by 21 points at the half. They made their way back along with one of our guys, Armani Brooks. I was on the props with him. I believe that was Saturday there. They're not giving it to us today because Eric Gordon is going to play. So I do want to go back to him, but this is not available on the market. So the only way I could look here is the Hawks first half. They probably aren't going to come out here and smack it up early on, but trick it off at the end like they have been over the last 5 games.
Good one coming up next here, Milwaukee and Boston. We've got Milwaukee 1-point road favorites, 222.5 the total in this one. I already jumped on this total. It's moving in the direction that I agree. You look at series history with these two teams. I mean, it's been one high-scoring affair after another. I mean, big-time shootouts, 128, 123, 119, 112, 122, 121, 121, 119, 122, 114, 122, 113. I mean, we've cleared it well into the 230s. Most of these head-to-head matchups with the Bucks and the Celtics. I don't know if anything changes here going into this game, especially with the Bucks pouring it on offensively the last few games. They've been lighting it up. Defensively, they've been solid, but Boston gets Jaylen Brown returning tonight to the floor. That's going to obviously help them offensively to be sure going into this game. Marcus Smart, a game-time decision tonight for Boston. And yeah, they'll miss his offense. They'll miss his defense, if not every bit as much, if not more, if he doesn't play, although it looks like he's been upgraded. So he will be in tonight for the Celtics as well. On the other side of the fence, you've got, like I say, Milwaukee's definitely turning it around here. They've played a lot of games in a short period of time on the road. Boston's returning home off a 5-game road trip. So it's a bit of a tricky spot to trust either side for me. Lean to the Celtics ever so slightly, but I agree with the total going up. I mean, you just look at series history, it's hard to ignore that it's been a high scoring one. So I like over 222.5. Skee, what do you think here? Milwaukee, Boston.
Yeah, I'm not going to argue against that. They both play really fast, and you made the case for the season history. For the side, like you mentioned, Bucks, it's their third game in 4 nights. They played last night, and Boston sitting here on 2 days rest. They get Jaylen Brown back in the mix. Smart, I know he was on the injury report as game time decision, but he is likely to play in this game. So I have to like Boston to try to get back on track here. I looked it up in the database, and it's going to be, restless road teams versus an opponent who's off of a loss. They're 41.8% straight up since 1995, and 6-16 straight up this year. That says fade Milwaukee. I think it's a get right spot for Boston here, and you never know. You could see a late scratch for this Bucks side. I like Boston on the money line.
All right, liking Boston. And yeah, I'm worried about the 5 returning home off the 5-game road trip for Boston. But the good news is they at least had the 2 days off since that final game at Phoenix. So there at least has been a couple of days for them to decompress and get recalibrated being back to Boston and in the Eastern time zone again. All right, Dutch, what do you think here? Bucks, Celtics.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Lucky Power. Nets best. I'm kind of with you, man. I can't lie. I want to do fear the motherfucking deer here, especially first half. I think someone in the chat too did mention first half as well. But yeah, man, this game, I can't lie to you, man. It's an exotic ass backwood. It really is. Like, I almost want to hit this motherfucker too. It being Medicaid Monday. But I got enough plays on the board, so I'm gonna back with this motherfucker.
Exotic backwood, for those of you new to the show, that means it's a really good game on paper, a good game to watch, fascinating, but it means a shitty one to bet. That's what it means.
Yeah, and that too. And if there wasn't other games on the board, I probably would hit the motherfucker. To be honest with you, But this game, exactly. You got it right, my man.
Yeah, tough one to bet, but interesting one to see how.
Very good game to watch, but I think you're taking with Boston coming back with new. Someone in the chat asked how does it affect the rotation? We'll ask Skee, maybe answer that as well, Wayne, because he's got a side on this. But I think it could affect them both ways. A guy like Jaylen Brown, I don't want to say, I don't want to say I don't like him being back in the starting lineup, but it could affect, could throw Jason Tatum off, could throw other players like Schroeder, who's been playing a little bit better off. But you'd think they would be a better team with Jaylen Brown coming back to the rotation.
Who stops Giannis is a valid point for 2-0 Fuego. No question. I don't think Robert Williams or Al Horford are the capable guys.
Nobody stopped Giannis, man.
Is Giannis going to play is a legit question because it is back-to-back. And we've seen these last-minute scratches out of him, last second. So keep an eye on that. Wham, what do you think here? Milwaukee, Boston.
I agree with Skee here. I think that this may be a Boston spot. Just being what they've been doing at the house. They're 6 out of the last 7 games at the house. They won straight up against this team in Milwaukee. They covered 6 of the last 7 times as well. So they own the matchup damn near in the last few games when they played and match up here. You're getting one of your star players back. I think you're going to get Marcus Smart as well. I think this is a good spot for Boston here, in my opinion. But again, this is probably what my guy does say. This is exotic backwood. I didn't bet this game, man. And the reason why is because, damn, Boston been fucking us, bro, all year. Just every fucking chance they get. But this is one of those spots I feel like how we was with the Lakers. Like, man, I want to take the Lakers Friday, but fuck, man, they just burnt us. So it's kind of like how I feel there. But that's how I feel. I think it is a Boston spot.
All right, lean to Boston for Wham. All right, Philly, Memphis. Philly, 4-point road favorites for the Sixers, 209.5 the total in this game. Sixers, huge win for them against Golden State, 102-93. Really impressed that they stepped up, played well, because, look, they kind of got another showdown game or statement game, whatever you want to call it, against Utah the game before that, and they got embarrassed in that game. It was kind of like what do you got in you if you're the Sixers? Show up in one of these big games against a good team. They finally did that. Against the Golden State Warriors. So we'll see if they can keep it going here against Memphis. We talked before the show. Maybe we're a little bit concerned about a little bit of a hangover letdown spot for Philly in this game. But for Memphis, I'm concerned with who the hell is going to be on the basketball court. That's what I'm concerned about when it comes to Memphis tonight. John Morant's out. Brandon Clark is out. Jaren Jackson is going to be a game-time decision with a knee injury for the Grizzlies. Desmond Bane is going to be a game-time decision with a left foot injury. Steven Adams, the starting center, ankle injury questionable for the Grizzlies tonight as well. So there's a banged-up team. It might still be too much for to ask Memphis to battle with this Philly team. Like, especially you look at the front court, you could be really depleted there tonight. Jackson and Adams don't suit up for this team. And then you're going into your depth and you got to worry about guys taking care of business against, the likes of Joel Embiid. And that's going to be, a chore in and of itself, maybe for the Grizzlies here. I mean, you're going to end up going down to the likes of, Kyle Anderson and Going down your depth chart, Xavier Tillman's going to have to get more time on the floor tonight for them. So that becomes the concern for Memphis here. So the money's come in on Philly, I think a lot of it because of the Memphis injuries. So yeah, maybe a little letdown concern after the Golden State win, but I don't think there's anything that could get me to take the points here with the Grizzlies tonight. What do you think, Skee? Grizzlies hosting the Sixers.
Yeah, earlier I know there was a lot of guys on the injury report. Steven Adams, is he out?
So upgraded to questionable now.
Questionable, but upgraded from doubtful to questionable, which means there's probably a decent shot he's in there.
It's tricky, man. It's getting tricky over here. I'm glad I didn't fire on what I was thinking earlier, but I was thinking if he doesn't play, it was a really good spot to take Embiid props because Tillman is like 6'8", and I just thought it would be a really good advantage for them. Like you said, it'll be Sixers or pass for me. I'm going to pass.
Yeah, I don't. It's not a great Sixers spot. That's the one thing that would concern you about laying the points here. Dutch, Philly, and Memphis.
Yeah, man. Shout out to our guy Sam. Yeah, Sam, I appreciate you, bro. Yeah, everyone hit the motherfucking like button. We got to get to that hundo real quick. Like, that's Mando. We like to do that live, and we go from there. So be sure to hit the like button right now and share the motherfucking video. Shout out to our guy Star Child. I see you, bro. Yeah, man. This, Net Best is right. This is a difficult card. I think you can make cases for both sides. I'm very confident in the plays I have, and I think you got to kind of just trust what you see. You can make sides for both sides, cases for both sides in a lot of these games. And this is another one of these games, man. Like, it's an exotic backwood. I'll be real with you. It really is. The one thing I don't like is the Sixers coming off that big win. They act like they won a fucking championship or something, shutting down Curry or ABC, And shout out to the Sixers, though, because I did have them +3. So I ain't got nothing but love for. And but I think they celebrate a little bit. And I don't know if I would touch and beat them. I think that motherfucker probably been eating and drinking since then. And you might see it on the court tonight. But I like I said, it's an exotic backwood for me. No action.
All right, Wham.
Yeah, I'm on the Sixers, bro. I'm probably on here. I'm an island boy, like my guy Billy would say. You know what I'm saying? It's totally fine, though. I think that Sixers do have the advantage. Even with Steven Adams in the lineup, I think we're still going to get Embiid to do his thing here. Without Bane in the lineup, I think that's going to be the problem here. They've been having him out there running. He needs a day of rest. So I expect him actually, since he's been added as a late injury, I think he's probably not going to play here. So that's the reason why I did have a good little bit more confidence here. I did expect Adams to be out, just like my guy Skee said, though. When I did make the bet, I was expecting him to be out. So him being upgraded to questionable, I mean, I'm not really that concerned, but it's a better advantage if you do have him out. So I definitely like the number that I got here. I'm just going to rock with it. Got the 4 at Sixers. I just think that maybe on the heels of getting healthy, getting everybody's back as far as cohesiveness, and as far as this team in Memphis, we've seen them playing against better teams now of late, and they've been holding it down. But without Bane, that's a lot of money and a lot of points being taken away from the guys and a ball handler as well. So I'd like the Philadelphia spot here.
All right, there you go. Next up, we've got Charlotte and Dallas in Big D. Dallas 2.5 to 3-point home favorites, 216.5 the total in this game. No Luka the Don for Dallas tonight. He's out for this game with the ankle issue that he continues to deal with in this one. He also missed the last game for Dallas, albeit they still took care of business against OKC 103-84. That being said, I'm not impressed with Dallas right now. You look at the last 9 games, they're only 3-6 straight up, 3-6 against the spread in their last 9 games. The victories were New Orleans, OKC, and the one win against Memphis where it was a decent win, but Memphis was in a brutal spot going into that game as well. Scheduling spot was not good for the Grizzlies going into that game. So that's about it for the success lately for Dallas. I'm on Charlotte. You probably could have guessed that already. I like them plus the 2.5, plus the 3. They've covered 5 in a row, ATS. And what's impressive about Charlotte is, they've been without some key guys. They've been without LaMelo, now for a little bit of time during this stretch. He's still in the safety protocol. Mason Plumlee's been out. Jalen McDaniels has been out. They've also had PJ Washington out a little bit the last couple games. But good news there with PJ. He's going to play tonight. Looks like he's been upgraded to probable, PJ Washington for Charlotte. And that's big news because this is going to be another situation where I play player props with the front court players of the opposing team against this Dallas Mavericks squad. I like them to feast. I think PJ's that guy tonight for Charlotte. So over points, over rebounds, plus 360, a little double sprinkle. Maybe PJ Washington might be worth a look as well. He did have a double against Atlanta not too long ago, 15 points, 11 rebounds in that game. So PJ Washington for Charlotte there, just plus 360. Why not? Just a couple bucks. It could turn into a nice payout if it hits. And certainly I think he gets his points, he gets his rebounds, because I don't like this Dallas front court. I don't trust them to win this game without Luka. And look, Charlotte, even with the injuries, they continue to compete. They continue to cover point spreads, and they continue to be in every single basketball game. 2-point loss to Milwaukee, overtime loss to Philly, and a 4-point loss in the rematch to Philly. They've been right there in every game, and I think they're right there in this one, and it wouldn't shock me to see them win outright. So give me Charlotte here, plus the points. Skee, Hornets, Mavs.
Yeah, you listed a lot of reasons to like the Hornets already. The Mavericks, I'll just say it's their third game in 4 nights, and they haven't. I don't think they've won a home game in like close to a month. And you expect them to win by any kind of margin is something I don't want to do. Hornets off 2 days rest. I think you said they covered 5 games in a row. Only side to look at in this game.
All right, Skee liking Charlotte too. Dutch, Charlotte, Dallas.
Yeah, shout out to our guy Tony. I got Nut Flush Allen in chat. I see you, bro. Mally Mal. Yeah, man. This game, this is for the uppity motherfucker in the chat. Hey, it's backward, this motherfucker. Yeah, it's another backward, man.
All right, Wham, Charlotte, Dallas.
Yeah, man. There's no way I'm back in Dallas, man. At bottom 5 and offensive rating over the last 5 games. Don't got Luka in the lineup while you're going against a team that's pretty much scorching here, led by Kelly Oubre. Man, it's kind of crazy how the prop market works here. You go to Bovada, you look at Kelly Oubre over 3.5, it's at minus 146. You go to FanDuel, it's at plus 186. Gotta shop around, bro, for some of these lines, bro.
Right.
Just only right, man. It's only right. So I like Kelly Oubre tonight, but it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to give that official. It's pretty much all over the market here. You never know where you're going to get. So I agree with you, Ian. I think that this is a spot here for Charlotte Hornets, man. Money line. Might as well just go ahead and just take the money line.
Yeah, real quick, Ian. I did want Ray Charles mentioned Brunson with Luka out. I believe he said 17.5. Yeah, I like Brunson a lot. He attack. Brunson's nice. We talked about him repeatedly.
There's going to be points in this for sure.
Yeah. That's the thing, though. We talk about Dallas struggling offensively, and yes, Charlotte has struggled defensively lately. There's no question about that. So who's going to win out? I think it's a wash there in that matchup. I'm with what Wham said, though. I like Oubre over. The more I look at it, he's 20.5 with his points prop tonight. Kelly Oubre probably can get over that here against Dallas or against Dallas tonight, because when you look at his numbers for Charlotte the last few games, 22, 22, 35, 28, 25. He's eclipsed 20.5 points in 5 straight games. Kelly Oubre coming into tonight. So that does make sense to look over that 20.5 points with Kelly Oubre, because if current form is any indication, he's going to get over that number. Washington and Denver. We've got Denver 3.5 point home favorites here, 216.5 the total in this one. Denver, of course, back home now for this game, but still a lot of injuries for this Nuggets team. Aaron Gordon, questionable with the back injury. Will Barton, it looks like he's also going to be a game-time decision here with an illness that he's battling. Of course, still also without JaMychal Green. And, of course, Austin Rivers and Murray have been out for a while. But still, key injuries here. Thank goodness they have the Joker, at least, healthy and available for this game tonight. Denver off a 127-112 victory on the road against San Antonio on Saturday. We'll see if they can keep it rolling here into this game. Keep in mind, this is another one of those 4 games in 6 nights for the Denver Nuggets coming into this game. So the number of games is added up for them. This will be 4 and 6 for Denver coming into this game. And it's 6 games in, I believe, 8 nights for them, or 5 and 8. Yeah, 4 and 6, 5 and 8. 4 games in 6 nights. 5 games in 8 nights for Denver. So, boy, you talk about playing a lot of games in a short period of time. Denver's done that lately. You look at Washington, they're off a blowout loss at home to Utah. Before that, they were struggling. Losses to Cleveland, Toronto, Indiana, barely beat by the skin of their teeth. A very weak, poor Detroit team. I don't know if I'm really rushing to back Washington here either. So, we're overdue for an Ian Backwood. This is it for me. Backwood here, Washington and Denver. Skee, what do you think? Wizards, Nuggets.
I think I gotta, you kind of pointed something out to me. I was trying to look it up while I was here. I don't know how I didn't see that this morning, but you said it's the Nuggets' fourth game in 6 nights. That must be what I'm feeling because something just didn't feel right about this game for me.
5th game in 8 nights for Denver too. So it's really been a lot of rigorous schedule.
Yeah, see, I just knew something was wrong, and I just needed to find it. So I'm glad you brought that up. That's the reason I'm not going to take Denver here because everything else, every other reason, I would take them. So if I have to pivot now, neither team has really been playing very fast, but the Wizards aren't playing any defense. Denver, their defense is kind of middle of the pack. I see them as 17th defensive rated team over the last 5 games, but both teams just strongly trending towards the over. Washington over 6-1-1 their last 8. Denver over 12 of their last 14. The more I look at this, I might have to write that trend right there.
All right, so maybe an over here with the Washington Wizards and the Denver Nuggets in this one. Yeah, I think I saw that show flash it up on the screen. A record of viewers for this show. Wow, 340. Are you kidding me? Yeah, wow, 340 live viewers of the NBA Pub Hub. Thank you very much, everybody. Hit that like button. Let's go. If we thought Hundo was Mando before, it better be Mando now with 340 live viewers, a record at this point in time. So hit that like button. We appreciate it. The show is growing, the channel's growing, and we love to see it. Dutch, Washington, Denver.
Yeah, man, that's real talk, Ian. Real talk, bro. Do good. You want the shout out? Salute, my dude. I appreciate the kind words. G Martinez. Yeah, man, I see you, bro. He said, I'll take the Jokers, I believe, right? Hey, I'm right with you. I'm right with you. I'm right with you. Give me the motherfucking Jokers and the boys. Like Skee said last time, I believe he was on the show. He makes the talent a little bit better than it is. He's that good. Everybody else shows up a little bit better. Average player be good with Joker. Bones Highland in the lineup. They're high on this kid. He plays real good with Joker too. The numbers short, only I believe 186 possessions, but the net rating is super high, and they're actually really well played defense as well. Now the Nuggets are coming off their best game actually of the year. They had 33 assists, 23 pointers. Excuse me, their best performance of the year so far. I believe they're going to carry over. Obviously, I need Aaron Gordon out there. I believe Will Barton will play. This motherfucker questionable, every day, every game now, probable questionable. Get your ass in the fucking lineup. You're at home. You had a good night rest. Get out there. They're at the house. We know Denver has a beautiful, home field advantage, home court advantage. There are 6-3 straight up at the last 9 at the house. But this to me, like we talk about, there's levels to this shit. And the Wizards, they started off hot. There was a sweet little kind story, but the shit has came to an end very quick. They're not too good anymore. They're not playing very well. Say what you will about Kuzma, but he played pretty solid. Him out the lineup, the shit ain't working out. They're 0-4-1 ATS last 5. One against the number, 1-4 straight up in their last 5. They're 1-5-1 against the number last 6 on the road. 2-8-1 ATS in their last 11 games played. Fade the motherfucking Wizards. I don't give a fuck who's on the team for the Nuggets. They'll win at home and cover by 6 to 7 points minimum. Mile high, motherfuckers. Yeah,
it sounds like that's one of the favorite looks today for Dutch, just with the enthusiasm in his voice and the emphatic nature he's saying.
We start talking about the Wizards, I get happy because there's money on the other side of that.
Paid the Wizards. Who cares who's in? Who cares about 5th game in 8 nights and all this nonsense? Denver's
they can sleep after this motherfucking game. It'll be easy.
Yeah. All right. I agree. It's tough. I was kind of in the same thought as Skee. I was looking at it initially and like Denver, but more I'm liking it. Lots of games they played. We'll see. Maybe Washington's that bad.
I want Aaron Gordon in the lineup and Will Barton. Obviously, I capped it saying that. Bet it with that. It went down a little bit. You're getting a better number now. But let's get them motherfuckers suited up and let's take them out at the house.
There you go. All right, Wham.
Yeah, I like the over in this game. I think that this over is probably a really good spot here. Over the last 5 games, you're seeing this team, not Denver. I'm sorry. Denver is shooting pretty efficient here. We do have some injuries, of course. Will Barton's been pretty much a daily, everyday game time decision here. So I think he's going to possibly play here. The guys that you're missing from the Washington side, they're kind of inconsistent. I mean, we know Kuzma's fucking inconsistent, bro. Maybe we slide somebody else in that could be able to get these shots down. Bertans and those guys there maybe will get us over this total. But I like the over 216 here. That's the way I'll be looking. I just think it's so funny, man. My guy started coughing back with it too damn much, and he got to something he liked. You know what I'm saying? He got excited there. Shout out to my guy Dutch, always bringing that energy. Shout out to everybody in the chat as well. We always love, man. It's always love. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, no question. We appreciate everybody. And again, viewership record here on the show today. We appreciate that so much. Final game, Suns, Clippers on this Monday card. Phoenix -3 point road favorites here at Staples, 211.5 the total. And I can't wait to hear everybody with a reason, or anyone backing the Clippers. I can't wait to hear that playoff revenge narrative start to ramp up. Not for me. I like Phoenix here. They're just better, in my opinion. I'm not trusting the Clippers to get this victory here. The Suns have been absolutely outstanding. What are they, 20-1 in their last 21 games? The only loss was against Golden State in the revenge rematch against the Warriors. They're just a better team right now. Like, I know the Clippers have perked up a little bit the last few games. Orlando, Boston on a long road trip, though. Portland stinks. The Lakers are up and down. Those are the wins. I mean, they're playing, one of the best teams here in the NBA right now, and I don't trust them. I don't know what's changed between the playoffs and now that indicate to me they've closed the gap on Phoenix, that they're ready to beat Phoenix. I don't believe it one bit. So Suns for me laying the short number. I like Phoenix. What do you think here, Skee? Suns, Clippers.
Yeah, talk to me if you can, or I could pull it up here. But Paul George, was he officially ruled in or out?
He's doubtful.
Doubtful still? Okay. No shenanigans like Steven Adams? Okay.
Yeah, doubtful for him.
Right.
And Nick Batum questionable with the ankle injury.
Yeah, like
That was interesting.
the Clippers without Paul George, they not on the Suns level, man. I just don't see it. They got a little bit of rest, but the Suns are more rested. I think this is their third game in like 9 days, 10 days, somewhere around there. And, I don't really think it matters if Aiden plays or not. I just think that, they were just fine without him, with McGee. They've won a couple games without Booker. -3, you know what that means, Dutch? They just got to win the game. And road favorites with more rest than their opponent, they 67% straight up. I look at them this year, they 20-5 straight up, 16-8-1 against the spread. I always give respect to the W. I love a W, but I wore this hoodie for a reason. Dutch knows it's the Suns hoodie on this show. We rocking with the Suns -3.
That's a good point. Rested Van. Now, Clippers have had a day off, but Suns have had 2 days off. And they've really faced a schedule where they've had spaced out games. December 3, December 6, December 10. So this is the 4th game for Phoenix in 10 days. So this is a very rested basketball team for this game tonight, no doubt. Dutch, Suns, Clippers.
Yeah, man. You already know I'm on the Suns right with you. And that's the first thing I seen. Broke out the hoodie. Made me feel automatic about this motherfucker. Yes, sir. I really like the Suns here as well. -3, a little more than asking to win, but they are 8-1 straight up last night on the road. I'm liking that. 2-1 ATS last 3 in the meetings here versus the Clips. But this to me, I mean, come on, man. There's levels to this shit. And I believe with PG on the motherfucking court, they still ain't on the Clip or the Suns level, even without Booker, to be honest. Now I did see Ayton in the shoot around this morning. He looked like he was looking okay. I think he might be out there. The line might be saying he might not, but I would like to see him out there. But Skee's right on the number with the they didn't need him last game. He said it on the show. With them or without him, he liked them, and that was good money, man. McGee was all over the motherfucking place. I was like, God damn, I think he might even been trending on Twitter. His ass was so hot. I was like, yeah, he was doing good. I like him in the lineup. I like him against the Clippers. And like I mentioned, this is a fade here. The Clippers, they're obviously, you could say revenge, whatever. They're missing the 2 fucking best players. And Batum has been actually pretty solid for him this year. And he's questionable. But to me, the key is don't let Reggie Jackson get off. And don't let little motherfucking lefty YMCA Luke Kennard get off. And this should be double-digit good money. The Clippers 1-6 ATS last 7 at the house. 0-4 ATS last 4 versus a team with the winning record. And we know Phoenix likes to motherfucking win. And they're 3-7 ATS last 10 against the number. 1-6 ATS last 7 after a win. So this is a beautiful spot right here. This is what we like to call a beautiful thing for motherfucking Phoenix Suns. It's good money.
I asked a second ago what really has changed between the Suns and Clippers since the playoff series last year to warrant, the Clippers being in a near pick 'em year. I'll say one thing that definitely hasn't changed, that Chris Paul wants to whoop some Clippers ass every time he takes the floor against them. And last I checked, he's going to be on the floor tonight for the Phoenix Suns. That hasn't changed.
Strong point.
Yeah. Every time he wants to play them, he wants to kick some tail, as far as I'm concerned. So watch out. This can be Chris Paul prop night, if you ask me. What do you think here, Wham? Suns Clippers.
Yeah, man. The only thing that I have to say for the Clipper side is that they're getting justice. They're getting loved by the odds makers here by not being underdogs by more in this spot. Other than that, man, there's no reason why I would think to back them. They've been inconsistent as of late. Seems like Paul George is hurt, shoulders having issues here, so we do need to have him rested, not play in this game. And you said it, man. Are they gonna let Reggie Jackson, goofy ass, go off and start doing the damn Bobby Smurder dance? I do not think so, bruh. So I'm going to go ahead and say the Suns probably is a smack spot. I didn't bet this game, so this is official backwood for me. But I agree with you guys here. This has got to be a Suns spot here. Only right.
All right, only lean
This
Suns.
ain't no backwood. I'm hitting this motherfucker. This is exotic plant paper plane. Take you to the motherfucking moon, baby. Straight to the window. Yeah, man.
There we go. All right, Monday card in the books. We'll wrap it up. We got thanks for everybody. By the way, record views and live viewers for the show. Hit the like button. We appreciate it. We'll get to best bets and Dutch's freshest look right after this. All right, Southtown 101. When you're in San Antonio, Texas, stop in. Great food, drinks, live music, DJs, karaoke, Manscaped, promo code Pub Sports, 20% off your purchase. Lawnmower 4.0 or any Manscaped product. Hurry up. If you want to get it for someone for a Christmas gift, you're running out of time. Use promo code Pub Sports, manscaped.com, mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports, NFL, college football bowls, NBA, college basketball, NHL, UFC, all going on right now. Sign up for an account, mybookie.ag. Bitcoin accepted currency for your deposit, mybookie.ag, promo code Pub Sports. Pub Rub, $14.99. There it is on the bottom of your screen, or you can get 2 for $25. Check that out as well at pubsportsradio.com. All right, best bets for this Monday card. We'll start with Skee. What do you like for best bet?
Yeah, like Dutch said, that Za. We're going to hit it again, man. Suns won 21 games, none of them less than 3 points. Give me the Suns -3 tonight.
There you go. I like it. Phoenix -3 against the LA Clippers. Best bet for Skee. Dutch, freshest look.
Yeah, man. I really like that look a lot. But we go freshest look. We're going to Ohio. You know, it's going to be cold as a motherfucker. There will be no heat. It will be MIA. We're going motherfucking Cavaliers full game -5. 11-0 ATS last 11. Make that motherfucker a dozen. It's good money.
That's some lyrical fire right there. What did you say there? There'll be no heat. There'll be no heat in Ohio. There will be MIA. Wow. That's
something like that. I already forgot.
Wordplay like a motherfucker right there.
Wordsmith
right
bars.
there.
The bars.
That was some
Holy
wordplay right
mackerel.
there.
That's some of the finest work we've ever heard.
Don't ask me to repeat it, please, Bomano.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm about to repeat it
Wow.
my damn self here. There will be no heat in Ohio. They will be MIA. We're going to take the Cavs first half -3. It's only right. Like my guy. That's good money. You know what I'm saying?
So good. He's copying the material. Wham.
It's only right. It's only right.
I love it, bro.
Yeah.
We're motherfucking bit.
Very impressed. That was good. Well done, Dutch. Well done. All right. Hopefully we'll be well done with best bets as well tonight. My best bet, I'm gonna go with Golden State -3.5 against Indiana. They're just too good off a loss. 4-0 straight up, 4-0 against the spread. They've pumped teams. I'm hoping Curry plays. I'm thinking he's playing. They were interviewing him today. You'd think he's playing. So I could get burned by this, but I'm going to go with it because if he does play, this number looks dirt cheap to me. Golden State -3.5 against Indiana for my best bet for this Monday NBA card. That'll wrap it up. Great show to start the week. We got Maxwell Smart, Connor Mack, Net Profit College Basketball coming up right now. So stay tuned here on Pub Sports Radio. For Dutch Boy Fresh, Skee Profit, Trot Wham, I'm Ian Cameron. Have a great Monday night. Enjoy the games and good luck. We'll see you again tomorrow on Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Pacific for another edition of the NBA Pub Hub right here on Pub Sports Radio. Dutch, take us home.
It's at Pub Sports.
Talk 'em out.
Yeah, man. You know where it's at, Pub Sports Radio. Be sure to hit the motherfucking like button if you have not. Subscribe to the video if you have not. And share the video if you can. Y'all stay fresh. Stay blessed. Let's stay putting these motherfucking bookies to rest. Yeah, man.